Hi guys, so I thought since I'm homesick and I don't have a car that I would show you how to spot monarch caterpillars on wild milkweed. So if you have random stalks that pop up like this, or in your garden that maybe were planted by birds that look like this, you most likely are going to have monarch caterpillars. But a lot of times birds will eat them before you can find them. So every morning you should check to see if you have a caterpillar. And how do you check when they're so tiny and small? So the first thing you do is we have a couple of different stages right now because we've found them over the last few weeks. But the first thing that you do is you want to look for a tiny little hole that looks like this. That's your first sign, because that little hole is from an egg. An egg hatches and they eat right through that hole, and then they'll go onto the bottom of the leaf. Now, typically, whatever plant they're laid on, they don't like to leave unless they absolutely have to. So if you are to find one, you want to cut the whole stem and put it in a jar for two reasons. One, because that's the stem they were born on and they're going to prefer it. Two, there could be other eggs on there that you don't know about. So that actually happened to us. So let me show you. So on this particular stem, we saw this hole right here and decided to flip it over. And what do we see? See if it zooms in. Can you guys see that? I don't know if I can get it to zoom in. Let me try it this way. Right there. Right there. There. Maybe it will zoom in. I don't know how to work cameras. But you can see right there is the little baby monarch caterpillar. So we cut the whole stem, as you can see it now, cut the whole stem and put it in some water. Now, see these little purple flowers? Those also could have eggs in them. So you want to make sure that you cut it with that off. Now, here's an example. So here's the next stage. See how the little purple flowers look like they've been eaten? That's because they were. And a telltale sign of a little bit older one are all these little pieces of poop. That is monarch butterfly poop. And this particular stem, we found one. We woke up the next day and there were actually, and these are about a week old, 1, 2, 3 caterpillars. Now, what's so interesting about this is I want you to look at how big they are. 1, 2, 3, all seem about the same size, right? Well, because we picked the big stem and we cut the whole stem, I found this guy this morning. If you can see him poking his head through. Okay, ignore the like zooming and stuff. Okay, right there. Do you see him poking his head through? He is not the same size, so he was born later. So had I picked off just the leaf, or had I cut it too short, I wouldn't have found this guy. So now we have 4 on this one stalk. So, because what will happen is very quickly, this one we had 1 on, and you can see that this guy crystallized, right? Well, I left the whole branch. Why did I leave the whole branch? Because you never know if there's going to be an egg. And good thing, because I saw this, which is, I just taught you guys, caterpillar poop. So then I look straight up, and who do I see? A caterpillar! Woohoo! So altogether we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then our tiny new baby that I just added today. Tiny, 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 tiny. 7 monarch caterpillars. And I just have one of these tall enclosures here, and I put them in mason jars. Change the water out because the poop will cause the water to get a little gross. And then I put them in here and we wait for them to hatch. So, didn't cost me anything, just searching in my garden. Hopefully the guy gives you guys some good tips, and I can't wait to see how many monarchs you guys can raise. Love you, my friends, and thanks for watching my 5-minute video that I'm posting on Signal because I'm sick.